has to be done that way for me. It's so ingrained, it kind of doesn't stop.
This isn't meant to be an abrasive video. I'm actually curious because I use it casually too. I think we all have. As you may have gathered from the title, my name is Ada, and I have OCD. That means I keep a little bottle of white pills with me about everywhere I go. But I usually just keep it in my backpack. But what is this armada of little white pills fighting?
OCD is a diagnosed condition, usually of the mental health variety, but also relates to neurochemical factors. And basically, it's intrusive obsessions and compulsions that cause difficulty in a person's life. And it's hard to get unstuck from that if you don't necessarily have the adequate skills to do so.
For me, it's about repetition.
I don't know that everybody understands exactly the extent to which it can impact a person.
I used to do the washing hands like 4 or 5 times every single round. It takes a lot of time, especially when you're trying to be thorough to get whatever you think is there off your hands. And so I'd be washing my hands in the bathroom like 10 minutes. And when you do 10 minutes like 3, 4, 5 times a day, I mean, you're losing between half hour and an hour of time. I was diagnosed with OCD last year. OCD with me is primarily focused in my hands. I want my hands to be like literally spotlessly clean. At night, I do things very ritualistically. Before I go to bed, I have to go take a shower. I feel like I'm at my 100% is right after. And also with that, cleaning off things with cleaning cloths, cleaning off my phone, putting it down without touching it, plugging it in, and then I'll go put on hand sanitizer, which isn't the best thing for your skin. But I feel like this deep need to do that.
So now that we've learned a little bit more about what OCD is, defined it, shown it, experienced it to some extent, I think we should ask ourselves why we use it so casually.
People use it interchangeably with type A, and I don't think that really attributes it correctly.
I think that it can be synonymous sometimes with perfectionism a bit, and I don't think people fully grasp that it's separate sometimes.
we increasingly use medical treatments, but also just medical language and medical concepts to understand our lives and understand the world. But there are also cases where it's not just sort of identified diseases that are becoming medicalized, but a range of everyday behaviors and personality traits and parts of everyday life that we sort of frame as being medical issues. It gets tricky in the sense that the labels aren't always sort of completely matched up with, for example, physician diagnoses.
And this is problematic. A recent study showed that only 33% of its participants were able to correctly identify the symptoms of OCD. So what is the cultural understanding versus the medical definition? Why use it so casually? I think there's a social currency to the label. It still carries some of that legitimacy that comes with true diagnosis.